Dr. Sarah Chen had been staring at the same data stream for 6 hours when she noticed the pattern. Her research station, buried miles beneath the Australian outback, was one of 12 facilities around the world dedicated to SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. For most scientists, it was a career defined by waiting, endless cosmic noise, and the faint hope that somewhere inside it, a voice was calling. But Sarah worked differently. While her colleagues trusted automated filters and algorithms, she preferred to study the raw data herself. There was something almost meditative about watching the waveforms slide across the screen during the graveyard shift, alone with the machines and the hum of the station's life support systems. That was when she saw it. A faint oscillation buried inside ordinary background radiation from the direction of Proxima Centauri. It repeated every 17 minutes and 43 seconds, too precise to be natural, too intentional. Her hands shook as she isolated the signal. Filter after filter peeled away layers of noise until the structure emerged. It wasn't loud, it wasn't obvious, but it was there, mathematical, elegant, intelligent. Protocol said she should report it immediately. Instead, she hesitated. She wasn't sure if it was caution, fear, or some instinct whispering that opening this door might mean it could never be closed again. For the next 2 weeks, she worked in secret. She took the data home. She barely slept. She dreamed of floating in a vast, dark expanse, not empty, but inhabited by a presence that watched her, a presence older than stars. As she decoded the deeper layers of the signal, its structure changed. The first layer was simple, prime numbers, universal constants. But beneath it was something far more complex, like discovering that a house you thought was small actually continued downward into endless, impossible floors. Then she understood. They weren't spatial coordinates, they were time coordinates. The signal wasn't saying where something was, it was saying when something would be. And the when had already begun. When she finally told her supervisor, Dr. James Morrison, she expected excitement, maybe even celebration. Instead, his face drained of color. "We've seen this before," he said quietly. 3 times. 1983, a remote Siberian village. 1998, rural Japan. 2011, northern Canada. In each case, people reported strange dreams and lights in the sky. Then, in one night, everyone vanished. Entire communities erased. Governments classified everything. But this one, Morrison whispered, is different. It's global. Within hours, military units and government operatives flooded the facility. The signal was confirmed to be worldwide, broadcasting to every point on Earth simultaneously. And then, the dreams began spreading. To researchers, to citizens, to millions of people around the world. Every dream was the same, a dark void, a vast presence, and the overwhelming feeling of being studied. Sleep became a threat. Sarah forced herself awake with coffee, stimulants, anything to keep her eyes open. But exhaustion always wins. On the 23rd day, she collapsed. And in the dream that followed, clarity finally came. The signals were not messages, not invitations, not warnings. They were tags, cosmic markers, the way a surveyor marks territory before reclaiming it. Humanity wasn't being contacted, it was being collected. Sarah woke screaming as Morrison shook her. "It's happening," he said. "The signal just stopped. All stations confirm. Complete silence." Outside, the Australian desert night erupted with light, not from any recognizable source, not from the sky or the horizon, but from everywhere at once. A light that wasn't meant to be seen by human eyes. As the glow intensified, Sarah finally understood. The signal wasn't a warning to humanity, it was a courtesy, a knock on the door, before the rightful owners came inside. And humanity, small, fragile, unaware, had belonged to something else all along. The light consumed everything.